This woman writes, I can't help feeling guilty when my partner buys me things. Okay, so what you'll often find is like the nice guy archetype, the nice guy approach is to basically try to please her enough that she will reciprocate. And what they're using, their negotiation tactic is using the law of reciprocity. Just when you give something, someone basically feels like they need to give to you in return. That is a very real thing and it does work. Now, what you'll find though is that when guys do this, or when sometimes even women do this, but I'm kind of referring to guys in this situation. So when they have that nice guy pleaser kind of give to you so I can get, really, even though they'll say that, hey, I'm not doing this, I'm just doing this because it makes me feel good, I'm giving it because no reason, it still taps into that law of reciprocity. And so what she sometimes feels is that you are basically doing this in exchange for her to like you or for her to have sex with you. Or she feels like, man, she can't pay you back, or she can't basically keep up with the amount of gifts you're giving, and then she feels obligated to you and she feels almost indebted to you. So just be very, very careful on giving gifts, because it can set this situation and this relationship up in a way that feels like a trade. I'm going to give something to you so then you can give something to me. And what you'll find is that over time, it's like the nice guy who does this is basically just giving, 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 giving. And he thinks that if he just keeps giving more and more and more, then more of his needs will get met. And then it's like, if he gives enough, if he gets to that point, then it's like he'll be totally fulfilled, and all his like sexual needs will be met, and all his relationships needs will be met, and everything will be just perfect. But what he finds that over time, it's like it doesn't fully get met. Even though like giving feels very, very good, and it's like a very good thing to, give and grow and, have these things in your life. But if you're totally reliant on that as your only strategy for getting what you want, eventually it starts to basically, it's like you start taking care of yourself less and less and less when you don't get what you need, because it's like this basically archetype is like, well, if I just work harder and give more and give more and give more, then it'll work, almost like a hard-working type of success strategy. So like in business, if I just work harder, then I'll break through, and I'll succeed and reach my goals. It's kind of that approach, and they're trying to relate that over to relationships, and it doesn't work. What it does is it basically makes her feel obligated in a lot of cases, which seems to be this case. She feels guilty because she can't basically return the gifts. Or it makes her feel like smothered, that you're basically just way, way over pursuing. Or it makes her feel like you're not totally comfortable with yourself, and so you have to do something in order for her to like you. And so, personally, I think gift giving, unless in very rare situations, with like different people, maybe you'll see like the love language thing. It's like, well, if her thing is gift giving, maybe that is exceptions, but still, even in that situation where their love language is like gift giving, it can still come across as that pleaser mentality. It can still have negative consequences. So just be very careful of giving her gifts before she's your girlfriend, or excessively giving her gifts. Just read how much she gives to you. So if she's giving gifts to you, then just you can give gifts to her, but it's like you can't just totally over give, really. And what you'll also find is if you are always in that giver zone, if you're always the giver, it's like you're robbing that other person of giving. And so they're trying to give to you, but then you double up and you give them twice as much. And then you just keep doing that, and she's like, well, I can't keep up with how much that is. And then it almost robs her of that sense of like that femininity, that desire to connect and that desire to please. And when you do that, it really creates even more complications.